When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Louisville, Kentucky, L&N Stadium, home of the Cardinals. As we'll see, the defending national champions, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the 19th-ranked team in the land, the Louisville Cardinals. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Seminoles will kick it away to start. He'll return it. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. The Cardinals offense will go to work first. And we've been really eager to see this matchup, this quarterback against an elite defense. Jesse, what does a quarterback have to keep in mind when you face a group like this?
Well, he's just going to have to be dialed in. He's had a lot of success this year so far. This is a different animal, though, this defense he's playing. He's got to be really good with his decision-making, throwing it, running it, pre-snap, post-snap. You make one mistake against this defense, David, they make you pay.
Yeah, they're a fun defense to watch, and this is a fun challenge for their defense, too, because it's an elite quarterback, right? Like, they can make you look like you're not as good as you've been all season long, so I'm looking forward to seeing this matchup and who wins it.
Leaves it with the running back. There he goes. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you can see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
Caught in the backfield, it's Pringle. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Tight end getting vertical. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
In defense, you have to have great eyes. You have to have good vision on the quarterback to be able to see it. You could tell he's throwing the football right now. Watch the defense react, come up, get the wide receiver on the ground. He goes nowhere.
And again, stopped right in his tracks, nowhere to run.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. They'll run the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. He boomed it through a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful leg. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
And they don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
The Seminoles offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time, so let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off right?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like oftentimes it just goes down to the wire. And those games late in the season are the ones that really determine what happens. But you got to set yourself up for success, and it starts right here in the first conference game in the ACC for your team.
Looking for a man. It's Glenn. Grabs it in the middle. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
The Noles looking to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Oh, and I love that play call on fourth down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes the catch and keeps the drive alive.
He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
That's a really good-looking throw there. And I think about back in my day playing for the Gators, we were known as having this high-octane passing attack with Steve Spurrier, but every time we played the Seminoles and Chris Swanky, who, of course, would go on to win a Heisman Trophy, we knew that we were going to have to be executing at a high level. This guy right here, when he gets going and he gets into a groove, he just does not miss. He is able to light up the scoreboard for the Seminoles.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Rides to the back. Got enough for the first. Wrestled out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line, and this offense is more than threatening. And the Seminoles trying to cash it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll ride Davis here. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and Louisville has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They're going to throw it on third and goal. Touchdown, Noles! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Yeah, and it's money time. It's third and goal. You got the option. You can run the football, still be balanced, use the big fellow, the tight end. I love it down here because he can act like he's blocking, slip out, and get open. And then he's got that big body. You just throw it to him, and he does the rest.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Leaves it with the back. Breaks the tackle. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Let's take a look at the big picture for Louisville. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are.
He's got it along the sideline. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets him 30-plus.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. Makes a grab over the defense, and they are threatening now down at the 15.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Off play action on first down. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to throw again. Makes the catch. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Finds his big tight end. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal.
Defenses are put in such a tough spot when offenses get in third and short, because the whole playbook is open, and they go with the pass. I love it. They sneak the pass in there. Nice success.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cardinals! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point gives them a 3-point lead at 10-7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. SMU is putting on an offensive clinic. Almost reminds me of the days of the great Pony Express. They're up 14 over Cal. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The give to Davis. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Leaves it with the back. Oh, he's got some space. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
That is such a good run. I'll tell you, if you're going to put on a Seminole helmet, you better be dangerous with the ball in your hands at the running back position, right? You think back to the late, great Bobby Bowden. He was always able to recruit a difference maker at that position. He would have loved to have this guy in his offense, because it feels like he can score a touchdown every single time he has the ball.
Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Seminoles just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Looking to pass. It's Glenn. Got his man on the right. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And you can tell they set up the screen action, but how about the ability to adjust, right? I see what the defense is giving me. You going to leave that open? Okay, I'm going to take it right now.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to go up top. Snagged out of the air. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got it on the move. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Wide receiver comes in motion. From the gun, running back on the move. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They'll unleash the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the snap, it's Alchuk. He'll take it himself. Touchdown, Florida State. Great job by the back on the option.
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
And the extra point was good. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he's coming out of the end zone. And the returner is stopped. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
That is just what the doctor ordered for any offense to start a drive 1st and goal. Trying to pound their way in. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They lost ground on 1st down, now 2nd and goal from the 5. Swings it out to the flat. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Then love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. To the air. It's Glenn. Unleashes to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for your quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away. That's one he'd like to have back.
They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. They're on the left hash. He'll have no trouble with the distance, but that angle may give him an issue. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. After the miss, the lead is still 4.
And that hurts missing that field goal, especially when you're going up against a defense like this. One of the best in the entire country. You have got to be able to come away with points when you have opportunities.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. Caught over the middle. It's Hughes. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He's got it down the middle. He works his way to the 21-yard line, not enough to pick up the first down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Cardinals will punt this one away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. A bit frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this time around, see if they can redeem themselves. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Dropping back, it's Glenn. Got his man. Getting closer and closer to midfield, out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 47.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Got him downfield. Turning it on. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. To the air on 1st down. Deep shot for the end zone. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. The end of a fascinating first 2 quarters of football in Louisville. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at L&N Federal Credit Union Stadium.
And the Cardinals will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Scanning the field, it's Glenn. Here's a heat. Quickly to the tight end. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll ride Davis here.
Maybe that stop is a good sign for this defense. Maybe the defense is starting to figure it out. Obviously, offense has been running the football with so much success. Something has to change. That was a good start.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying play action. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Robinson. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Breaks into the open. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Looking for space to the left. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
When you make a quarterback feel comfortable, man, they'll sit in that pocket, they'll go through their progressions, but when you start to hit them, they become very human, very average. They got to do a better job of keeping him upright, protecting him, so he can have a better second half than he did first.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Seminoles will bring the punt team onto the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin them deep. And that is just a spectacular punt, and he will pin them in the shadow of their own goalpost inside the 5. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Gonna run it. It's Pringle. Pushes forward for a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 8.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Hauls it in. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
Slants are very tough to cover, but they become way tougher when you got a big body wide receiver like that. It's almost like basketball where he's boxing you out. He gets inside real quick, uses that big body to shield you off. And even if you're playing man-to-man, you just got to get him on the ground and try to disrupt him some way.
Well, they say low man wins, and on that 3rd down, the defense, they were expecting quarterback sneak. Did you see how low the D-line got? And they were able to just stymie that offense for no gain.
Let's see what he can do with it. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Looking downfield, it's Glenn. He lobs one high down the left side. Hauls it in down the sideline. Touchdown Seminoles. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Back to pass. Throws to the tight end. Rolls it in. They make the tackle, but not before he finishes off this 3rd period with a big play. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. They've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. 1 more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They go back to work with a 1st down in the final period of this one. Looking for a crease. It's Kringle. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. He tried to get it on his own.
And nowadays, you're not always going to get these quarterbacks on the ground because they're so athletic. But nice job getting the sack, let him out of the pocket there, but now forcing the fourth down, and it's decision time for this offense.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Going for 6. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And you had to. I mean, the offense had to be aggressive. You're down multiple scores. You needed to make something happen right now. You had to be aggressive. I think you had to go for it on that fourth down. Now, obviously, the game's looking like it might get out of hand.
The give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Yeah, nice run, and I think everybody knows. He's right there next to that 100-yard mark, 98 yards on the day. And that's a mark, man. When you hit that mark a lot of times and you take care of the football, you win a lot of football games. It's the more physical team. It's the team that makes it easy, makes it easier on their quarterback, and they've done that today.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
He'll do it himself. Got the first down and more. Get every inch you can, but don't take the big hit. Great job by the quarterback.
And I'd say, well, the defense has really contained that quarterback run all game long, but in a big spot in the fourth quarter, they let him out of the cage. He gets out of the pocket, makes the run, and gets the first down.
To the ground with the back. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. The give to the single back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Glenn. Makes the catch, it's Robinson. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
Looking to throw on first down. Using the quick game. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And the Noles can really attack on this 2nd and short. The give to the tailback. There he goes. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. They're just about to put this W in the books, guys. Comes against a ranked opponent, a team that most of us expected them to beat, and they were able to come through.
Yeah, but you're going to get challenged early in the season. It's fun to play other ranked teams and kind of see what you have. And this team kind of proven, like, listen, they're worth the ranking. They're probably going to continue to climb up the charts, handling their business early in the season against a pretty dang good team.
And I think at the end of the year, when the committee's meeting together and they're deciding which teams are going to reach the playoff, this is a game they're going to point back to. Hey, we wanted to find out more about them against a good opponent. They won the game. They took care of business. This was impressive today.
The Seminoles didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the fires toward the end zone. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. The Noles, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. They drag him down behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that hasn't happened very often. He has had a tremendous night.
We've seen this guy have tons of success. He had over 100 yards right before that run, but defense gets the better of him there. Nice job of adjusting up front. Good job being physical by that D-line, too.
Dropping back, it's Glenn. Got it in the middle, it's Robinson. And they swarm him under. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
You've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Touchdown, Noles! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
With that last touchdown, looks like they're going to start this season 4-0, and you've got to be impressed with what you've seen so far from this team. We knew coming in on paper this team had a chance this season, but until the lights go on, until you actually go out and do it for real, you can't believe just how good they are. But they've shown now, starting 4-0 on the year, this is a team that's going to contend for a national championship.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Here's a throw downfield late. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Going to try to get it himself. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Oh, he's got some space. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to